Welcome. Auntie channel. Subscribe.
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 Nangukel usaphila. I'm still alive. So let me tell you about today. Okay, finally, I'm finally going home. I hope I am audible. I forgot my what you call this? My microphones. So we're going home, and I can finally be with my family. But the day started with me having to go to the hospital. Today I raised more questions that I demanded answers for, even though I feel not everything was answered. Yeah, guys, then I had to take bloods. I had to do another ECG, and as opposed to what the other two doctors had said, I mean, this doctor said nothing about the echo diogo, whatever that is. The medical people will know. So I was kind of delayed by my own the things that were happening to me, not because of anything. If anything, for everything that I went through I had to do in hospital, it was quite a smooth day. It was smooth. It was really, really smooth. So I'm not complaining. It could have happened that I am still there. Umamkhulu yana ofuna ukuvela othi ngimveze ngibe ngithi ngiyamhlonipha. So what happened was ngiveze lawo angathi bengafuna ukuveza umuntu nje na ngaphandle kwemvumo yami. So I wanted, oh yes, things went smooth at the hospital. They dragged because of the processes that I had to do and wara. Then I had an appointment with the surgeons, the investigating officer with Unang, which was the main reason why I was back. With the investigating officer that is handling my case. This morning, at least I called him and he said he won't make it by 9. So everything that happened at hospital, was giving him time too. And also Nami, because once I get later, especially you know what happens, I'll be there until 4 o'clock. And then there I needed to identify the suspect who swore at me. There are so many cases I don't even remember which is which, but this one I think it was because he swore at me and again contravened the protection order I have against him, which now has been verified to be legit and is ongoing. So whatever he does with that thingy. So it has been longer than a month because this happened on the 23rd of February, and yeah, he's been on the hide. So we went because they said I need to be there because I need to identify him. So that did happen, and what else? What happened there? Yeah. I'm glad the initial investigating officer of the cases that we first had, I'm glad that I could tell her how I felt by her saying that all I'm doing is complaining, when I used to report that this guy is not keeping his end off his bail conditions. I'm glad I could tell her, and I could even say, the reason why I am in this condition, it is also part of it, as much as most of it is from the abuse, but part of it, is also from the treatment that we get while seeking help and seeking seeking justice. So that was it, and the guy not make us Satan. The guy not make us wait. First they said he's not there. he's at his place, and I was like, I should come back tomorrow. And I'm like, guys, what am I here for? Why did I come here? Why did I know? And then tomorrow is absolutely impossible because there's no other way. So I was like, can I just bury my dad? Having, have said Uguti justice, has been served. So that happened. And oh gosh, the current investigating officer, I feel like I was nagging him, not really nagging him. I feel Uguti, I was okay, so that was Uguti. Oh, I wanted to say, Uguti, I felt Uguti, I was troubling the investigating officer because I was like that. And I don't know whether he tolerates me or he understands. I don't know. He tolerated me, and he went back to the major in charge of the thingy of whatever they call that, and said, Uguti, I don't know what they said. This guy wasn't even coming. And in fact, the funny part was the fact, Uguti, I kept on saying, Uguti, when he comes back, I want him to update me because I like him in Daba. I want him to update. Oh gosh, what can I? Yeah, this is better. I want him to update me because I just love news. What's happening? What was the discussions? Him and the SANDF people. And none of that happened, but one thing I can guarantee you was gonna get that job was done. And I think recently I'm always saying this. Noma, I've never posted a video about I don't know, but I'm always feeling SAP, like when I say SAPS, it is only a few, like a drop in the ocean of the SAPS that rubs me off the wrong ways, and then I put everything, one potato, one rotten potato spoils the entire pocket. But what I have discussed. So, okay, you know what? I've got people in the car. I don't think this is working out. So I will try this when there is less people, when I can. What am I passing? So I want to shout out to the investigating officer in case he sees this. I'm not going to name him. Unfortunately, even though people need to get their flowers while they are still alive, while they're doing it, I need to say thank you. And like I said, Uguti, so like I said, I have people in the car, and they also need to be considered, and if they want to make conversation, let them make conversation. So I will try and pick this up later, and I will have to rewatch this and say what's gonna get. I left it off at where did I leave it off? I left it off by the investigating officer when I said I cannot, I want to bury my father, because at least to the fulfilled spirit legally from the justice system as a whole. And damn, thank you, Constable, truly appreciate you. At the end, though I felt so good, like and because I wanted things done to my way, I apologize. I will be a better client. What do you call us? I don't know what police call us, but I promise I'll be better. So guys, that was the introduction to the morning/day, and then I will update you once I have settled. Once I find, it could be tomorrow, guys, like we will get home very late, and there are people, we all understand we're gonna we are going funeral, for the funeral of yeah. So I can't seem to save my life. Toodle, see you guys, see you when I can pick this up.
You look just like your father. You got his eyes and it's awful. You keep his words in your tonsils. If you don't change it up soon, think you bound to become him. Spend all your summers and wallow like you ain't got beauty in hand. Keeping your hand on a bottle like brown water, help you hold on to violet. Pretend it's an heirloom, but the clock's still ticking and time keeps slipping like a Space Jam homage. Don't discard the nonsense. That's the best part about this life. You don't swallow, chewed up. Your heart gobbled. Those loose parts are just polished, don't build.
And at these exact robots, this is where I lost my dad. Right here. Each time I come home, I would be reminded of that.
But when it come, this ain't no Adam Sandler flick. You can't click and find love. Slow down. It ain't all gotta happen at once. Boy, settle down. You better settle down. Everything that's good ain't always gonna be there. Notice it while it's around. Boy, settle down. You better settle down. Everything that's good ain't always gonna be there. Notice it while it's around. I'm hyper-focused on the wrong things. Never notice when it's all green. Living blues like new hues, ain't a mind to do. Think my view's skewed, same for the truth too. Fuck over blinders, got a bind over my mind. I'm finding time is passing by, and my view is pacified. My eyes ain't working like they used to. Hard to see through all this blur. Good is always so obscure. Pure of heart, that shit a myth. Dark is all I've ever heard. How do people make it work? Is there a secret to happy that I ain't privy to? If you open doors for your demons, will they live with you? Do dollars divvy you like red and blue from indigo? Do questions kill a man like curiosity do felines? I buzz around in circles making little beelines. Tape caught up and rewind till the reel gets stuck. Now the movie ain't working at all. It's all lost like all of my attempts to find her. I need that to stop, I can't be there no more. No, convenience a drug, I'm weaning myself off. I need to be.
The following day, guys, I don't know what was happening with me. I was extremely unwell. I could not even wake up from the bed. And then my niece was there with me. And, I had to babysit her practically. And as you can see there, I'm very, low emotional. And luckily then, when I was trying to play with her, doing the best to babysit, my cousin came through and saved the day.
Please. Jump on, where's his Poppy? Hello. That's his Pop. Hello, Mama la. Niyafukushisa la. Anishisa. Alright la. Poppy Lisa. Samboni sis. Samboni. Hello sis. Hello. Uvusele ke lo mama. Akusa. Uvusele lo mama. She woke you. Phambili ngifake izibuko njengoma wakho. So nje uzoteteseka. Uyabukisisa wasabukisisa. Fake izibuko njengosindi mina. Umpusende. Bakufunda ugogo la. Bakwazi phela.
Thengela umfethu ukudla adlile.
Ngidlile.
Oh.
Ngadla ngihambisa ngithi uphumule la sekhaya kuseni.
Angathi ungabuya ngo1.
boy, you look just like your father. You got his eyes and his awful. You keep his words in your tonsils. If you don't change it up soon, think you bound to become him. Spend all your summers and wallow. Like you ain't got beauty in hand, keeping your hand on a bottle. Like brown water, help you hold on to violet. Pretend it's an heirloom, but the clock's still ticking and time keeps slipping like a Space Jam homage. Don't discard the nonsense, that's the best part about this life. You don't swallow, chewed up, your heart gobbled. Those loose parts you just polished. Don't build like no bother. Sell food with no fodder. Sell good, man, your motto. Like the bad ain't got you broke.
Yeah. I just came back from doing my nails. And the people at His Grace, that's where I do my nails when I'm in Durban. Guys, I'll pick it up later. Hey.
You better settle down. Everything that's good ain't always gonna be there. Notice it while it's around. Boy, settle down. You better settle down. Everything that's good ain't always gonna be there. Notice it while it's around.
So I'm picking up this like two days later. We did get home late, like I had said. And yesterday I woke up, I couldn't even walk. Not sure what was happening, and so basically I was a sick person the entire day. Usually sometimes it goes more than a day, sometimes it's less than a day, and usually it's less than a day, but yesterday it decided to be the entire day. And I was moving with the wheelchair, but that's not the point. I'm home. I'm glad to be home, but the fact that I cannot help out, I cannot assist with anything is deeply traumatizing to me. So I wanted to pick up with what happened the day we got here 2 days ago, is when I said we went to get Usatani arrested, and I felt it was gonna get the police did everything in their power. But I think what I also failed to understand and know was the fact that you know what, at the end of the day it's up to the courts. So I got a message yesterday or this morning, I don't know, letting me know that the case was withdrawn because there was not enough evidence. What evidence am I supposed to was I supposed to give? So obviously when I get home, this will it changes a whole lot of things. When I get home, I need to investigate that. What evidence? The history enough is evidence, I feel. However, that is okay. Everybody else is well, because we'll have a catering company, there's not much to do. Nobody's doing anything except preparing for those who are going to come tonight, who are arriving tonight, and all those jazz. Where else? So today I went to do my nails. I think I did a mini clip and it wasn't very clear because I went to do my nails, guys, and the lighting is changing because they're putting a tent right next to where I am next to where I am shooting, and there was better lights before the thingy. There was better lights before they put up the tent. However, with that being said, my heart is giving me problems. Funny enough, yesterday I couldn't walk, but my heart was behaving. You guys, like, I haven't had an almost perfect heartbeat in a very long time, and yesterday for most of the day it was good. I woke up, it was offish, but for the most part of the day it was okay. So there we are with that. I went to do my nails. I shopped a place, guys. I'm in Durban, obviously. Never been to a place. Don't know how I've never been to a place. I've never been to a Yardini. Each time I'm in that thing in Durban. But that is the same, guys. So today I went to a place. Oh gosh, guys, like, let me just spread this. going to do my nails, I was late. One, obviously, it is the day before the funeral, and therefore, you know, my brothers, rather the men in the family, the males in the family are very busy, so I had nobody to drive me. Luckily, we had a next door neighbor who gladly availed himself. Ngiyabonga Luyanda. And I got there. Actually, I woke up late nje. That was the first obstacle. I woke up at 6 when I had said I wanted to leave here at 7 because the salon opens at 8 and I wanted to be the first one to be there. Then secondly, what else? Oh yeah, I got there. I woke up late. We ended up living here long after 8. We got there after 9, and I was transparent to the ladies that it gets full. Let me tell you, you can stay 5 hours there, you know, if you really want your nails to be done, and they do a good job. This is like simple. You know, the money that you spend doing your nails there, you do not complain about it. There's nothing to complain. You leave, you know, with a happy heart, usually 90% of the time. The 10% is that sometimes, you know, when the time is not suitable for you and you realize how many people are still before you, and then the manager tries to stop you, you know, and tries, you know, and convinces you that you will be finished in time, and then he doesn't care what happens after that, you know, you will stay. So that's 10%. He's trying to do his customer service, but nail whiles their job is perfect. And then I got there, explained to the ladies what's happening, what's gonna get. Today we are waiting my dad's corpse. Feels I can't even say it. Yes. And can I tell you, go to everybody who was in France? So they work by, you first do your tips, and then you wait until somebody else, because it takes much thingy longer to do the nails and the design, and then you wait in the line again for somebody who will now put acrylic on you to do the full thing for the you know, to complete the process. If I tell you, the person that was going to do her tips gave me, you know, she gave me her space. I'm truly grateful to Swami, whoever you are. And then the people that after doing my tips, the people that were ready to complete the process to do their nails, the rest of the nails, you know, they gave me an opportunity. You know, if I said I spent less than 3 hours there, considering that nails do take about 2 hours, and you can spend the whole day there. Let me tell you that, unless you ensure that you become early. So I'm super grateful to the ladies that, you know, understood the situation. And then I asked where place is, and there's like, so this place is at the the place I do my nails at in Durban is at somewhere in town, but I usually do them in Musgrave. So they've got 2 branches. So I did it in Musgrave, and there was like inside Musgrave Center, there is a place. So I went to a place and shopped a place for the first time in my life. And unfortunately, I was buying like 2-3 things and all accessories, so I didn't even get to look at the fashion, and I was rushing to come back home. And yeah, that was the last 3 days of my life. And yes, already did mention what the case was withdrawn. I'm told to say nothing about the judiciary, so I will say about nothing about the judiciary. I'm also upset because, you know, I've also, you know, I think I have said what's gonna get. I've got a baby, you know, she's going through so much. Not asked for her consent to to share her story. So I'm not going to say something, but something bad would happen to her, and it got me feeling worse. But for now we stand, nje my heart's nayo-ke nje, my heart's yapapa, guys. 1 minute I think I'm fine, 1 minute I'm in pain, 1 minute it's just like, is it the heart, is it the chest? But that's where we are. Again, been playing with the girls. Oh, also due to the fact that I'm not feeling well. My brother obviously offered ukuthi I don't be problematic, especially yesterday. Had I woke up yesterday unable to walk, none, people's attention will be, all on me, and at least I could come here when I was ready, when I had cooled down a bit and processed the feelings. It's not easy when what's gonna get you are a fully able-bodied person, to go through the ups and downs, to go through the what do you call it, a jigsaw, or what do you call it, or the roller coaster, what my health is giving me. And I called mama, like I just told her, because I think she knew and understood. I have spoken, Upupegi did speak to me, about getting my mom, who's my aunt, tired of explaining this thing. Yes, Zulu, guys. I'm Zulu. My mom's sister is my mom. She's always been my mom, even when my mom was, alive. Each time when they were together and I say mama, they had to ask which one. And so be it. So right now I have one mama, okay? And I told umama, and umama was not, it did not, it didn't sit well with her. I thought I could tell her, and like I said, Becky had warned me about telling, things that happened to me health wise, or bad things to my mom, bad, because she's not with me any, like I refuse to be with her, and she's not always with me. When she's not with me, she worries to the point she's supposed to be here but could not make it, because she was banned by her doctor, following, her health. Again, I raised this in court. I did say we're gonna get, since the incident of Osatane, or rather I can name him. It's not a lie. Unkos Khona Sihle Daniel Zuma, born in 1987, who works at 5 Sai. Go and sue me, and I'll give you proof. Go and sue me. Ever since that person, even since my mom found out Ogoti, he abused me, her health, just like mine, has been severely affected. So she has high blood pressure, and therefore, was not allowed to come to the funeral. I forced. She was saying I should come on the last day or on the day of the funeral. I was like, no ways that was happening. So when I got sick yesterday, she was on some, I told you not to come now. Don't you think you came a bit early? Nje, not in a bad way, but, and then I think we understand though. I understand it comes from a place of love. It comes from, a place of care. And then she calls Uputbegi, to complain again, or rather to raise her concerns to him, that she's worried that I'm not okay. And obviously it's a funeral, everybody is busy, ain't nobody got time to take care of me privately. And yeah, I that's just life. That's just life. I am, the fact that I mentioned the name on this video, and it's not a lie. I am waiting. Ukuthi can I go sue me? Let's have a court case saying can I get when you've never laid a hand on me. And you must be covered by the people that you pay. Ukuthi, how is it possible that you had nothing in your claim and yet there was enough evidence, and I have history, I've got, and a whole lot of other things proving I've been abused several times by you, and then the court decides not enough evidence when there was no evidence, when there was no evidence at all. You won the case. So I'm saying this in confidence, flipping away. My lawyer is going to be mad at me. I'm mad right now. At least I am keeping my mouth shut about a lot of things, and yeah. So basically that is, we are obviously arranging for the funeral. Like I said, I am you'll see me playing with the baby Tingo yesterday when I couldn't walk, and all I could do was either sit on the wheelchair or sleep. Oh, and I'm watching her sleep right now, and she gets so sweaty. So that is my baby right now. So that's an update for now. We'll see what happens. We're waiting for the body, and then when body comes, obviously I'm black and Zulu, so there will not be any footage of that. There's hardly any footage of things happening because I'm lazy to ask for people's consent for YouTube and explaining okay, let's say YouTube awusangazi nawe ukuthi ngihlezi ngemuhle. Bingelelani phela. Imoto shutha yilaphayana. Yeah. Oh, yayile la airport lelana. Yile la.
Wayefika naye. Nange vele nethini kuhamba. Ngisenza kuyena. Usho ngile. Hayi sengiqophile into zethu yengisenza nje. Bathi mina abantu abazana hlangahlukene nami mina ngizele la ekhaya. Angithuke ngishukela. Ngakhandelwa kuye.
wapo wa shaisega la wa mala.
And that is a combined section of the Junior 1 and 2 Level 1 standard. So it's Junior 1 and 2 Level 1 standard. It's a combined section. It is a straight final adjudicators. We have 5 couples that are going to be taking the floor. The numbers are as follows. Couple number 118, couple 120, couple 162, couple 163, and couple 203. I will repeat those numbers again.
On the day that we were going back, there was a dance competition. So I asked the elders, and obviously my brother who's driving, that can you please go to the dance competition, because, too much had happened. It had been a long, stressful week, full of, a lot of things. I was barely coping. And for me, dance is therapeutic, Therapy is not only going to a therapist or a psychologist and, talking to to him or her. Sometimes therapy is being engaged or involved or, just watching whatever it is, with something, finding something that you love, something that is healing for you. So for me, dance is therapeutic, dance is therapy, dance is calming to me, for a while, it is more like my almost an addiction to me, a healthy addiction by that, because the reason why people dance to like people drink to forget their problems. I dance for me just takes away a whole lot of things. I walked out of this competition. Unfortunately, I wasn't even able to stay a long time. I stayed less than an hour. Whereby dance competitions go on for till very late at night. However, in respect of the people that I was with, I only watched these younger sections, whereas I usually even come after these young sections unless I'm with kids that are competing in these sections. But it did help. I did come home and get home a better person than what I had left my paternal home as. So let's watch this dance.
Dancers, your next dance, your final dance, the quick step. Hey, where can I go? Looks like taking me out with me home. Hey, I'm missing so, but I'm used to seeing people come and go. Yeah, I made mistakes. Next time.
As I previously said that, I don't even come to these sections. Hence, you see the hall is half empty. There are no people at the top. Come the evening, there will be no place for people to sit. People will be standing, in every corner that you see. There's space for now. So, but, this is also the development stages. Everybody has to start here. So this is where my love is, and this is where my therapy is. Gosh, I need to close this vlog. Ever since the funeral, I haven't had the energy, the capacity to pick up the camera and be in front of the camera. However, the funeral was a success, if that's what you said. Is that what you say for funerals? But yes, and I have had to travel back. Yeah, it wasn't easy. I think it's not easy. However, when I was that side, I was always sick. I'm still not 100% well, But coming back home has been a huge reliever, and I've been feeling much better, thanks to my brother who drove me and carried almost all of the cost, which I'm forever grateful for. What else? Yeah, when we got here, um my brother was like, I'm not leaving you alone, especially in the States, especially in the state that you have been in, for the duration of us being, in Hazelmere for the funeral. And guys, like, how do you say thank you to a new friend? How do you say thank you to a new friend, who drops everything at the last minute to come support you? So there's this girl, and a friend is Sam, whom I only told about the funeral just because I was passing by when I went to do my nails. I told about the funeral, and she was like, I have plans. And I was like, are you going home? She said, no, but I have plans. And later in the evening, she's like, girl, you know what? The plan was to go out and have fun, but that I could do another time. A funeral is a once in an opportunity time, so I'm going to come to the funeral. And they did make it, and they were a huge support to me. At some point, I missed the boat big. At some point, I felt so good. Gonna get if only he was here. And I guess that is all to end this vlog. It was, I'm still emotional. I still haven't recovered. I still, it will take time for me to recover. A loss of a parent is a huge thing, considering the fact that I lost the parents that raised me, which is my biological mom and my stepdad, my stepdad played a huge role in raising me. He was a parent, he was a present father, whom I would never doubt, whom I could never doubt his love for me, which sometimes is questionable with my paternal family, because they believe in ukuthi a Zulu man does not do such. A Zulu man just controls and says what he says. And for me, being present when in decision making in the household as kids, both myself and my brother, at some point my sisters would think ukuthi I am lying, it's a fairy tale. Can't blame them, that it's a life that they were never exposed to. And now losing the parent that you thought you had, it is still heavy on me. I think I did update that Usatane, the case was withdrawn because due to not enough evidence, and I don't understand what evidence needs to be there. I guess for now that is all I need to say, and don't forget to subscribe. Please do subscribe, I beg. I want to grow this account. I know I'm not, due to the funeral, and because I'm sick, I haven't been consistent, but I try my best to upload, at least once or twice a week. What else? Guys, I'm still alive. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. I want to go Twitter, but I think I'm not a Twitter person. But please do follow me on Twitter, and the handles are all the same at @SneHope_. Hope I'm audible. And see you on my next upload.